Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. What a match we witnessed today. It went right down to the wire, and in the last over, India won by 5 wickets. But in the end, an incredible match. Something that we've always talked about, India-Pakistan rivalry, but more often than not, they've turned out to be one-sided affairs like the T20 World Cup last year. But today's game went right down to the wire, like we said, edge of the seat thriller. And India won that match by 5 wickets, courtesy an all-round effort from Hardik Pandya. What a match he had. This was after Pakistan set India a target of 148. Bhuvneshwar Kumar getting wickets. He was the standout bowler along with Hardik Pandya. Babar Azam got out for 10. Mohammad Rizwan was the one who scored 43, their top scorer. But for India, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul came out. KL Rahul got out the second ball of the innings. But from there on, Virat Kohli tried to steady the ship. He scored 35. And just when it looked like he could go on for a big score, he got out. Then it was Ravindra Jadeja, who was promoted at number 4 to come out and bat. He, along with Hardik Pandya, they were the ones who turned the match around in India's favour. A special mention for debutant Naseem Shah, who took 2 wickets for 27. But what a debut he's had. And in those challenging conditions, you could see he was getting cramps, but bowled his heart out. And then for India, this was a big moment. Take a look at that. Mohammad Rizwan, like I said, 43. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, how good has he been? Didn't get as much swing as was expected, given how we saw Afghanistan bowlers bowl yesterday, but used the bounce beautifully. And Hardik Pandya, in fact, the top wickets all falling to short delivery. Hardik Pandya got 3 for 25 and then came back with the bat to score 33 not out, taking India to victory with a 6. What a match indeed. Okay, let's go across to Ashok Malhotra, former India player, who's here with us, and Ashar Zaidi, senior Pakistan journalist, who joins us live on this show. Sabse pehle to commiserations. Let's start with that. We'll be humble in victory. We'll be gracious about it. You know, Pakistan played well, but India just too good for them. Ashar bhai?
मेरे ख्याल में अशोक भाई बड़े हैं, ये पहले बात कर लें.
ठीक है.
जी अशोक भाई.
ठीक है.
I think Meha, it was a good game.
Yeah.
You know, because wicket was more in favor of us. And most of the batters were found wanting. And as we talked at the show, that if the top order fails for Pakistan, the middle order, you know, they are in unknown territory. And it was proven once again. You know, they might be very, very big hitter. They might be the one, but they are so used to be, you know, I would say carried by Babar Azam and Rizwan, and even Fakhar Zaman. These top 3 guys are the ones who carry them through. But it didn't happen this time. And 147, I would say it was a part 2, but the way they fought back. You know, credit must be given to the Pakistani bowlers, especially Naseem, who bowled magnificently, and all the other bowlers. You know,
including Shadab Khan.
Shadab
bowled well, magnificently. Nawaz got 3 wickets.
Nawaz got 3 wickets. So all in all, a wonderful effort, good game. But when it comes to India, the top 3, we talked about top 3. That is the weak link now. Nowadays, the top 3 is the weak link, and the strong link is the middle order. You know, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Hardik Pandya, although there's no Rishabh Pant, Dinesh Karthik, he didn't get much of an opportunity, which I don't think he's going to get ever. But the fact is, we have a very, very strong middle order and a good bowling lineup with Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He loves these kind of conditions and ball darts around. Okay. And Ashdeep has been a revelation. And what to say about Hardik Pandya? He reminds us of our good old Kapil Dev. You know, especially a game against Pakistan, where what it was, two balls, 6 runs to win, and he was calm. He was saying, oh, I'm going to win this game. And he did. He made it look so easy. And that is his strength. For me, I'm voting for Hardik Pandya for white ball captaincy.
Absolutely. And the winning temperament, even after he hit the winning runs, you saw in the replay, just calm, composed. He almost has that Dhoni-like zen around him these days. And I know he considers Dhoni to be his mentor. He even said that after that whole incident that happened with Coffee with Karan, Ashok sir, something that we heard of, among journalists, that he said, I will never give anybody an opportunity to ever write stories about me in this way. And so I'm just saying, overall, he's just a completely changed man. And then on top of that, Gujarat Titans win, the way he led Gujarat Titans, to how he's come back from injury, to just see that he's, Hardik Pandya with the bat is one thing, but Hardik Pandya with the ball, how beautiful was he today in the way he bowled as well, in the middle overs, just controlling the game. Ashok bhai, you want to come in on this? Ki kitna hai jo ek Hardik ka especially, how good at every team needs a fast bowling all-rounder and a genuine fast bowling all-rounder. And when, in Hardik Pandya, especially in the kind of form that he's in, it's incredible to watch him. Ashok bhai?
Ji, bilkul, definitely nothing to take away from him. I'll just take a backseat and I'll say that I'm very emotional right now. And it's one of the finest India-Pakistan matches I've seen. And as being a ardent Pakistani cricket fan, this is a magical team for me. I mean, the way they're fighting, the way they're gelling us, strong and weak points exist in every unit of in the world. But the way these guys are fighting and they're taking it forward, this is a magical team. And I don't think so there are many people in Pakistan who would be disappointed with this kind of performance. No broken TVs this time, and no, splashing of tomatoes and all that things. People are actually very happy with the performance that has gone here. And now all the discussion that we are doing, Babar Azam, Ricky Ponting, Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, they're all bound to have a bad day, and it comes. And if catch was taken of Virat Kohli, things would have been totally different. And we talked about before that we have a bag of plethora of fast bowlers with us. Someone comes up in a new match, becomes a hero. Naseem Shah could have been the one. Yeah. The murky situation, Ashok bhai can probably highlight more on that. The way that young chap was fighting, the energy they were putting in it. Obviously, let's put it this way. In an India-Pakistan match, it's usually the Indian team that's expected to win. Pakistanis are the underdogs. If they win, bahut achhi baat hai. Nahi aa raha hai, koi baat nahi yaar. Achhe bacche hain, they fight it out. So I think they fought out very well. From the India side, I was always scary about Bhuvishnar Kumar. Even the last matches, you see, he has a tremendous record against Pakistani batsmen. If you remember the last time Pakistan came, Nasir Jamshed was there, he was setting them up. So I was actually keeping an eye on him. And whoever made that decision to bring him back, I mean, he must be jumping off joy right now that those dividends pay out. Hardik Pandya,
Okay, I think we'll try to connect with him. But yes, it is true. Just the way Pakistan fought as well, Ashok. So we'll speak about that. But let's just talk about Hardik Pandya for a bit and what he brings to this team and how important he is to this side when we're looking ahead to the T20 World Cup. I know that there's a task at hand. There's Asia Cup. There are more matches to be played. But it's incredible to see him bowl like that. I mean, other than two wides in the last over that he bowled, he was phenomenal throughout, and he was bending his back, and some of those quicker deliveries, he knew, and even Wasim Akram was talking about it during commentary, and he said, that it's different. There's one thing is bowling short ball, but what is the line you're bowling at, the height of the ball, that makes such a huge difference. And you saw how often he was taking a Pakistan batsman by surprise.
Absolutely, Meha. I don't know what he has been doing on the hospital bed when he was injured. I really don't know. His whole persona has changed since he has come back from injury. Gujarat Titans, he led them from front. It was, and nobody gave them a chance. They won the IPL. And thanks to Hardik Pandya's captaincy, thanks to his leadership quality, he led from front. And at the same, he's carrying forward in the Indian team. You're talking about fast bowling. Not only that he was bouncing, but he was bowling 140 plus, which is as good as anybody in the world. So he looks very, very a fragile frame, but he packs a big punch. You know, he can bounce, he can bowl briskly, he can hit a long ball, and he's amazing. He's unbelievable. I know we keep comparing him with Kapil Dev. It's too far away yet, but he has the making. At least the white ball cricket, he is a phenomenal player. Yeah. And the way he took the game. You know, today, I know whatever it is, when Hardik and Jadeja was batting, I had no doubt in my mind we walking away with the game. Even when Jadeja got out, if you look that his head went down for a bit, but then he came back again, and he knew that he's going to win the game, and he did it. And that is he's got a very calm head on his shoulders, as you said, and he idolizes Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Probably he follows Mahendra Singh Dhoni or his way of playing cricket. But his persona, believe you me, after the injury, after winning the title, IPL title, Gujarat title, he's a totally different man. He's not an arrogant guy who has an attitude problem. He is a guy who has a very calm head on his shoulder, who is, if I may say, is a winner all the way.
Absolutely. Okay, let's also talk about, now I've got to get both the gentlemen in on what they thought of the pitch, because it was quite different from what we saw when Sri Lanka were playing Afghanistan. Of course, there was a lot more bounce and swing then, but here Naseem Shah got swing earlier on, but somehow, I mean, 147 you're saying, was that a good enough total? Because India struggled to get to that, and also those last 3 overs. Now, you know, the problem with the teams now playing leagues is, Ashok sir, that nobody cares about over rate. And then when you play tournaments like this, you get penalized, and both the teams could not have more than, four fielders outside the circle, which happened with India and then happened with Pakistan as well. But the fact that India took it to the last over, what did you make of the pitch itself?
See, Nehat, a pitch has a lot of life for fast bowlers. If you look at it, there's a lot of life, and even for spinners, they were getting a bit of turn. You know, so definitely there was something for the bowlers. It was not totally in favor of batting. Most of the T20 wickets are totally in favor of batting. It was an even Stevens, a pitch where bowlers was getting a lot of movement out of it. And believe you me, modern day batters, most of them are flat track bowlers. When ball darts around, when balls spins around, then they tend to struggle a bit because they all play the first time. They don't play the second time. And that is what happened. You know, the way although Rizwan got run, but he was being beaten a number of times. Virat got run. I don't think he middle, except for one pull shot over mid-wicket. He didn't middle anything. The 6 was over top edge. You know, so every batter was struggling till Jadeja came in, and Hardik Pandya. They were the only one. Maybe wicket eased up by the time, I would not know, or maybe they were batting brilliantly. I would not know. But the fact was, there was a lot of life in the wicket. Maybe it was not as fresh as Afghanistan's game, but there was enough purchase for bowlers. And if they could bend their bat, they were getting a lot of life out of it.
Though for Pakistan, they would have been happy because ek samay pe, Asha bhai, they were 128 and it looked like below par, and then आपके मतलब end में बिल्कुल last के over में those 19 runs made a huge difference as well to get this match go right down.
बिल्कुल. If you ask me personally, I'm a huge low scorer fan. I mean, the best matches I've seen in my life are the low scorers. बड़े इस मैच में मजा नहीं आता. बड़ा स्कोर का मतलब है the wicket is flat, the bowlers are having a bad day, and batsmen are just allowed to freely use their bats. So that's not fun for me. It's the lowest scoring matches. Again, I'll take you back to Bangladesh when Pakistan got out for 70 runs, and there was a battle between Amir and Kohli on that green wicket. That was like the peak, the best of Kohli that I saw against Pakistan. Tremendous. So low scores were there. I was not too concerned with the score, and it was very last over. Naseem Shah, had he not been struggling with his hamstring, same happened to Dhani, same happened to Haris Rauf. Now this brings a very interesting and important point up in. Ashok bhai, you can also say that so much cricket Everyday cricket. I remember, sir, when you used to travel, before any series, there would be 3 or 4 side matches to get acclimatized with the condition.
Yeah.
Here, you pack your bag in one hotel and you open it up in the other hotel. You don't get any time to rest. There's no gap day in Test cricket anymore. So this is bound to happen. Same happened with the Shaheen Shah Afridi. Is a huge loss. And 3 fast bowlers in this smucking, murky weather, sweating out. I just hope that Naseem Shah doesn't have a bad injury. He recovers. But see the toxic penalty these bowlers and players have do with playing so much back-to-back. So that's one point. Coming back to the short ball dilemma that we face today, this happened in the 2019 World Cup too. Now, this is a bit baffling for me because Ashok sir, you would better comment on that. I believe in your days, you didn't have the luxury of this bowling machine kind of a thing, right? Now you have the bowling machine, you can put 140 kilometers into it, bag in 200 balls, go in the nets and play whatever kind of shots you want to do. So I think more of the setback, apart from the technique, was Babar getting out. This is something Pakistani batsmen are not used to it, the middle order batsmen. I won't say that they are any less in technique or talent as the Indian. It's just that psychological blow. I think you guys got used to it getting defeated last time. We will take a cue from here too. And just last one word I would say, I'm taking this as a best of 3 year. We had World Cup, we have Asia Cup, we have another World Cup. So taking it, who's the victor? It's the best of 3 tournament.
Convenient. This is the most convenient way of looking at it when you lose. So that's a good way as well. And the fact about short ball, एक minute. नहीं मैं short ball के लिए कह रही हूँ. That short ball, there was a definite plan there, and one could see that Pakistan were taken aback by it. Because your top, at least 5 to 6 wickets fell to short deliveries, and and there was a definite plan there. Yes, Ashok, so you want to come in?
I think except for Babar, others probably are not very comfortable against the short. Believe you me, they are all tonkers. They are all big strikers who stick their front foot down the track and try to smash the ball out of the park. When the short ball comes, it is not in the syllabus. So they kind of struggle on the short ball. Babar, Rizwan, they are the ones who are capable players. I think probably Bhuvneshwar surprised Babar Azam because you don't expect a bouncer from Bhuvneshwar Kumar, but he's a very, very foxy bowler. So he's kind of surprised him. And it was a huge blow. I would say if it was a turning point of the game has been Babar Azam getting out early on. So that has been a turning point. But when it comes to short bowling, one, it's a big boundary in Dubai. They're not small boundaries, IPL boundaries where you top edge and it flies out of the park. It is not. It's a huge boundaries where you really have to connect it. And a short ball is going to be used very often in this Asia.
Now, India may have won this game, Ashok sir, but there are still problem areas there. One being KL Rahul, and why I keep bringing this up, I know even on a day when India have won, is that's something, you and I, we've been talking about this. This is almost like seeing people walk into a glass door. You can see it's going to happen, and yet nothing's being done about it. And that's why I'm saying this, that putting him in a match like this without much game time, you're coming from an injury. However good a player you may have been, you haven't got enough match practice. You haven't been in there. You're going in against Pakistan, the high pressure game. There are nerves. You're setting yourself up for failure. Don't you agree? I mean, why is it that no one else can see this, and you and I have been talking about it?
I don't know if I expect it. I would open with Bishop, believe you me, and I will not have the next Karthik. I'll have KL Rahul in the middle order, or Deepak who can top the ball, you can accelerate in the later order. But I will start with Rishabh Pant. One, he's in good touch. He has very recently won your ODI game against England from nowhere. Single-handedly turned the game. How can you drop a match winner? And then you opened with him in one game, and he didn't do bad. He got 30 odd runs. So he started doing what Rizwan does for Pakistan. So he didn't let Rohit come under pressure. So why can't we start with him? Plus, it's a left-right combination. So there are a few things which I don't know. Maybe we are not there in the middle. We are not in the firing. Rahul Dravid is the one who can. We have got every right to talk about, because everybody in India and Pakistan is an expert in their own right. So definitely and we have the freedom of speech. We have the fundamental right of speech. And I would say we should open with Rishabh Pant, because as you very rightly said, he does not have game time. For 2 months, he's out of the game. KL Rahul is a wonderful player, but as of now, I think it's better to give him a break, let him come back into form, and then you can take him for the world.
I also feel that if Rishabh Pant would have been there, he would have hit at least 4 more sixes, if not more, because you just know that's the kind of game he has. I mean, I don't know why he's such a special player. To keep him out of the side just doesn't work right now. And Dinesh Karthik did come in, but again didn't have too many balls to face. Hardik Pandya did the job, but I don't know how you can explain keeping Rishabh Pant out after the match winner that he can be for this team. Okay, let's then also move on to India's Virat Kohli. We've got to talk about it because first it was a milestone for him, 100 T20 international, and secondly, despite a nervy start, just when it looked like, Ashok sir, that he was really getting back into the zone, a couple of good strokes. There's one, Rohit Sharma has just gotten out. Why would you play that shot, the one that he got out to?
See, that has been that. Today I thought the way his catch was strong, the way he was not middling it, he was getting inside edges, and just going past stumps. So I thought maybe today is a day, because when you tend to struggle in the start, then you end up scoring big runs. But the way he got out, that is really the undoing of Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli never used to get out. At this after getting 35, he used to get to his 100 very, very comfortable. So I think he's in a rush. Mentally, I think he's not in the right place, because he's so used to getting in his 100s, his 50s, his 70s, that for him, he wants to get to that very quickly. And maybe he's trying to reinvent himself. I would not know. Maybe Rohit Sharma's brand of cricket he wants to play. I would not know, because he was trying to throw his bat at almost everything, which is unlike Virat Kohli. And if he's going to play like this, then I don't know whether he will be successful. Because if today he has not been successful, today he has not scored 60, 70, after being dropped, after because he had all the luck. What has been missing in his knocks so far has been luck. But today, luck was on his side. Despite of that, he couldn't do it. I don't know. Has he got a rotten luck? I would not know. But the fact is, he seemed to be struggling, and he still needs one good knock. He needs one good knock, one solid knock to get back on in form. But this knock is taking too long to come.
Okay, I'm being informed that Ashabhai has to leave. Where do you have to go right now? You can't go anywhere. You have to talk to us. This is a big day for India to have won. Yes.
बस गम गलत करना है, हार गए हैं आज.
अभी तो वहाँ पे कुछ 2:30 बज रहे हैं, थोड़ा तो इंतजार कर लीजिए.
नहीं, एक तो भूख लग रही है, सुबह से खाया कम है, प्लस संडे इज अ फैमिली डे, so have to look at that area too. Coming back to what Pakistan has to gain from this match, I think a lot of it is. There are 5 days till the next game. It's on Friday against Hong Kong, so they still have time to regroup. They need to have their chins up, and in all probability, I think me and you and Ashok Bhai are again meeting for a big match over there. That's on the card. So I think that's going to be the crunch game, and see what we can done from it. As we are talking about Kohli, I mean, आज हमने उसको chance दे दिया. Seriously, I mean, this. Don't take me wrong, but this could have been, if not the final, then one of Kohli's final games. Had been out right now. Like people are talking about KL Rahul and other people. If Kohli was out today, there would have been a big question mark and people talking about him every day. But these things happen in cricket. People take chance from it. I think both Kohli and Rizwan should have scored big today. At the middle of their innings, when they were settled, they basically unstabled their own teams. So they should have gone ahead. That's all I would say. Otherwise, these teams are good. Things like this are going to happen. And that's what makes cricket beautiful. And I would say these two teams playing together, the kind of game we had today, that is the beauty of cricket.
Absolutely.
No Ashes, no other series can even come close to this excitement.
Yeah, for all the cynics, I was watching it on Disney Hotstar, and the views were 1.2 crores or something. I've not seen that. We watched so much cricket on that app. It probably must have come close to crashing, because that's what this rivalry can do. So for all those people who think it's come on, people are just making it out to be a big thing, but it is still huge. And the fact that we also don't meet Pakistan as often, that in itself makes it so much more exciting. But एक और चीज़ है आशा भाई, मैं आपको ये कहना चाहूँगी that before when we spoke about, when we were previewing the game, you said don't write any of the Pakistani batters out. Middle order में की बात हो रही थी. We were talking about weak middle order. Well, they couldn't shine with the bat today, but the bowlers, I don't know, and Ashok Malhotra will agree with me. Where does this talent come from? Where all of them are bowling 140, 144 plus, and just bowling well. You saw even Shadab Khan, for that matter, just the way he was controlling the middle overs. It was wonderful to watch.
Meha, I would add to that कि एक तो ये है कि we have lots and lots of unending stream of fast bowling idols. Starting from Fazil Mahmood Saab, Sarfraz Nawaz Saab, Imran Khan Saab, the great himself, Wasim Waqar, you keep naming them. एक बात तो ये हो गई. Secondly, a big reason, Ashok bhai must know it, is the culture of tape ball cricket in our streets. The Gali Mohalla team. Over there, you use a tennis ball, you wrap a electric wiring tape around it, and then you have to bowl fast. And that is a double-edged sword. If you don't put it in the right spot, it goes out of the ground. Not the ground, it goes in someone's house, and then you have to ring the bell, get it, and the uncle comes out, tum log meri shisha todo, yo karo. See, those kind of culture happen. So that fast bowling thing, from the very start, and as I mentioned you yesterday, if you're not 140K, you're not even called in the camp. Just to come in the camp, you have to break that jinx, do something remarkable, then come in. So that's one reason, so many ideals, and that expectation is so high. And again, going back to that Gali Mohalla cricket, be it the Ramzan cricket or any other time of the day, we play cricket at night, we steal electricity and do that. So that's a different story. You can cover that sometime. So that actually puts the spark, builds the muscle and the ideals. Batting, unfortunately, Babar Azam has come out after a very long time. After the gate in the Yunus Khan and Zamamul Haq, there was a gap in between. So that take time. And again, coming to IPL and PSL kind of cricket, it's very rare you will have a child idealizing Babar Azam or someone else. People are going to come in and say, if you don't play like a Hardik Pandya, then you're not coming in the team. So that problem is there. Pakistan will face it. But more, I would say, coming back to the point, I'll still say all the middle order Pakistani guys are very talented. They lost it in their mind. Losing Babar Azam was a shock. They couldn't recover in time.
चलिए अब ये बता दीजिए, आप गम भुलाने कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
बहुत सारी जगह हैं, दोस्त जा रहे हैं. अभी तो मुझे फिगर उसकी हो रही है, the place where I go and play cricket, 9 out of 11 are Indian guys and they're all waiting for me. I'm sure they made some slogans, made some narrative. I'm not touching my other phone which has a local WhatsApp. I'm not touching it and I'm going to go into hiatus for a while. So पता नहीं अब देखते हैं क्या होता है once I go. So yeah, we had our fun. It's their time. खामोशी से बैठ के सुनेंगे इनसे. Okay, let's wait for the final.
और
and maybe we can
वो जो मैंने इत्तेफाक वाला आपको एक शेर सुनाया था, वो थोड़ा सा सही हो गया है यहाँ पे. अब आप ये देख लीजिए.
तो हो गया, हुस्न इत्तेफाक का हो गया. कोई बात नहीं. I'll work up some good shares from Mir Taqi and
लाइएगा
and come back with it. Don't worry.
हमने
अगले मैच में मुलाकात होती है.
हमने फहरा दिया है तिरंगा खाड़ी देश में शान से, है ना? और आपका था वो एक इत्तेफाक था. दुबई से शुरुआत हुई, दुबई में ही दिखाया हम क्या कर सकते हैं. देखिए, है ना?
चलो कोई बात नहीं, अभी दुबई में है तो हिसाब बराबर कर देंगे आपको. वहाँ पर जबरदस्त शवारमा और कड़क चाय पिलाएंगे. बेफिक्र रहिए. Okay, if you would grant me, I have to leave and inshallah we'll meet in the finals.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
All the best. जाइए आप अपने गम को डुबोइए कहीं जाके.
आपके साथ. Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Asher Zaidi there. Chalo, we'll let him go. Why not? He needs this time away from us as we troll Pakistan right now. But no, on a serious note, like I said, Ashok sir, great that India have won. But I think going into the tournament now, when India play them next, there will be few things that they'd want to look into. Isn't that so?
Yeah, and it is the top. You have to have a game plan for that. How you going to do it?
Yeah.
Are you going to go hammer and tong at the Pakistani bowling attack, which is not pedestrian to say the least, despite Afrique. So they are good enough bowling attack. They are quite pacey. They bowl accurately, wicket to wicket, and you have to be. And then KL, I know he's a phenomenal player, but he does not have the game plan. Will it be a good idea to start with Rishabh Pant? You have to have when you win, everything gets hidden. Your drawbacks are hidden. But if I'm Rahul Dravid, I'll be thinking about it, surely. And Virat is a big question mark. How are you going to play him? How are you going to use it? Today, it was a perfect day for him. A 0 for 1, 1 for 1, and he walks out. 20 overs to play for. So that kind of situation was tailor-made for Virat Kohli. This was and then his catch was drawn, and he had a luck of the draw early on. Although he, as I said, he middled one, and I thought maybe he's now back in form. He's probably going to do it. But the way I would say he did a haraki. First it was Rohit, and then he did not learn from Rohit. I know he was trying to hit over covers, but that ball came back in and ballooned to long off. But the fact is, somebody of Virat's stature can't make these kind of mistakes again and again. And there's food for thought for the coach and the manager.
And there are some visuals coming live from the agency. I don't know whose house that is, but there are sweets being distributed, and as we see the tricolor flying high there with the fans. So a big moment for India really after having won this, and as we were calling it the grudge match. Well, for now India have avenged the loss, but like Ashok sir was saying, a lot to look ahead to, and those visuals, if you're wondering where they're coming from, this is from Avesh Khan's house. So wonderful pictures there. That's, I think, his father who's talking to the camera. And these are great moments for parents. I mean, they sacrifice just as much, if not more, for their kids.
वो एक प्रतिष्ठा का प्रश्न होता है, और आज इंडिया जीती है तो आज हमारी खुशी के मारे हमारी खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं है, और हमारा पूरा परिवार आज सुबह से ही दुआ कर लिया था। और मैच चलते टाइम जब मैच थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा लग रहा था कि फंस रहा है, उस टाइम भी हम पूरे परिवार ने दुआएं करी, और ऊपर वाले ने हमारी सुन ली। और आवेश का परफॉर्म बहुत अच्छा रहा, समझ लीजिए। ठीक है, उसने ओवर डाले 2 ही बस, मगर उसने एक इम्पोर्टेंट विकेट फकर जमान का लिए, जो कि एक मैच का टर्निंग पॉइंट भी बोल सकते हो।
आपकी बात भी हुई थी आज आवेश से?
हाँ, मैंने यही कहा था कि बस अच्छा करना और इंदौर शहर और भारत का नाम ऊंचा करना।
So there you have it. Visuals from Avesh Khan's house. And I think over the next few days, we'll see some more of these kind of visuals coming in from various cricketers' house calls, because this is a huge moment for them as well. But it's not over. It's just the opener, and India have won it. There are still more matches to go. India want to add another Asia Cup title to their kitty, and we'll be there covering that for you throughout. Ashok Malhotra will be there. We'll also try to get Asher Zaidi on at least the India-Pakistan match days. For now, that's it from us. I wouldn't say good night because it's 12:37, so good morning. And News 9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to for all the latest from the world of sports. There you have it. India beat Pakistan by 5 wickets. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.